Welcome back to r/LegalAdvice, where we read surprisingly interesting stories that usually don't end in a cliffhanger. If you are new to my channel, please feel free to subscribe to join our awesome community, and without any further ado, let's dive right in. Fired because my coworkers knew my pay rate? I live in Ohio. As the title says today, I was let go from my job. The reason my boss gave me was that he had told me not to discuss my wage with anyone. I was getting paid a couple dollars more an hour and everyone found out anyways. Everyone finding out also troubles me because I did not actually reveal my pay rate because I did not want to anyone resenting me for it and wanted to avoid the chance of starting drama. I remember something from my business law class about the NLRA and everyone aside from government workers and supervisors being allowed to share wage information anyways, so was that a legitimate reason for being fired? Especially considering I actually never discussed my pay with anyone. And a user in the comments said, "Finally, someone who was fired for an illegal reason. You can file a complaint with the NLRB." And guys, I'm curious, have you ever been in the spot that you get paid more than your coworkers, even though you do a similar job? A friend of mine always told me that he got paid way more than his coworkers because of his experience, but he was not supposed to tell them, otherwise everyone would get upset. If you had similar experiences, I would love to hear about them. Update to the fired story from before. Firstly, I would like to thank everyone for helping me out with my first post. You guys are awesome. I contacted the NLRB, submitted my statement and just officially signed the charge papers. There were also other violations they found in my employee handbook on top of the first issues, telling me to not discuss wages and firing me because people knew my hourly rate. My question is, what should I do and expect next? I was sent a letter telling me I have the right to an attorney during the next process. Since I was fired, I cannot really afford that as I am currently living off my VA compensation and GI Bill stipend, and it is not much after my car payment, rent and bills. What should I do? What should I expect to happen during this next phase? And ultimately, what outcomes are there to this process? And now on to the final update to the pay rate story. First off, I would like to thank everyone here for their advice and assistance in getting this taken care of. In July, I was fired from my position because my coworkers knew my hourly rate and my boss at the time had forbidden anyone to discuss that information. I knew this was illegal, so I asked all of you what I should do and you came through. One of the first suggestions I got was to contact the NLRB, and that is exactly what I did. I did not end up contacting a lawyer on my own and ended up just going through the NLRB, but they were pretty awesome about the whole thing. I definitely felt like they had my back the whole time and they were very helpful and professional. They appointed me a lawyer for the case and we were preparing for trial next month, when the company decided to settle. I got back pay plus interest. The company has to post a notice telling everyone they were wrong and that they are allowed to talk about pay, and they had to offer me my position back, which I declined. So seriously, thank you all. I would not have known where to start without this sub. And guys, if you have watched until here, please feel free to post some star emojis in the comments and also like the video to show your support. All support is very much appreciated. Thank you so much. And the next one is titled, "Can I legally be fired for refusing to date a customer after my boss orders me to? Wyoming." I don't know anything about employment law, so I am hoping someone here can help me. This is in Wyoming. I work for a small business, 11 employees plus the owner. One of our customers asked me out today. I declined as one, I have no interest in the man, and second, I am already in a relationship. I went to the gym after work and while I was working out, the owner had called. He left me a voicemail saying the customer had complained about me turning him down and if I don't date him, I will be unemployed. I called him back because I seriously thought he was joking and he said the same thing again. He knows I have a boyfriend. If I refuse and he fires me, would it be legal? Thanks to anyone who responds. Edit, wow, this really blew up. Thank you to everyone who responded and offered advice. It is appreciated. One point of clarification though, I don't want to sue to get a bunch of money or anything. I asked so that when the owner tells me in person I could tell him with certainty that it is illegal, so he cannot do that. Sorry if I was not clear. In addition, the owner wants to have a meeting with me the next time he is in so we can discuss the date, which would be dinner at the customer's house, just the two of us. I hope to have some ammo when I go into this meeting. And a user in the comments said, "This is so stupid and unacceptable that I would just go directly to a couple of employment attorneys. I would not give him the chance to invent a legitimate business reason to get rid of OP a few months down the road." And guys, to be honest, I was kind of shocked to find out that there weren't that many helpful comments in this thread. Therefore, I'm curious, if you were in OP's shoes, what would you have done? I mean, to me, it absolutely sounds illegal to basically try and force an employee to enter a sort of romantic relationship with someone. And now onto the update to the customer's story. So, I did not show up for the date. I work in a store that sells watches and other high-end jewelry, so this was not a business lunch type of situation. Also, I am 23 and the customer is 46. The date was supposed to be at his house, just the two of us. The customer actually came to my place when I did not show up because my boss gave him my address. I did not open the door, but he would not leave even though I asked him to 3 times and I had to call the police. They came and told him to leave, but the next day I got flowers and a note from him asking for a second chance at a date. He also phoned me more than once. I had to go to court and get a restraining order. He was really surprised it got granted, but the judge was not happy with him. The police were on my side and one of them thinks he, the customer, thought his money would get him out of it. Luckily he has stopped, left me alone and not contacted me since the order came down. My boss did fire me. He also said I was fired for misconduct, so I cannot get unemployment. I am talking with a lawyer and cannot say more at this time, just wanted to give everyone an update because people were so supportive. Note that I'm not looking to sue and get lots of money like people thought in the original post. I just want to be able to collect unemployment and to show my boss that he cannot treat people like this in the name of profit. And guys, I did actually dig a little deeper, and from what I understood, in the end, OP pretty much dropped the case and did not pursue it any further. So yes, sadly, more or less, the douchebag boss won. Obviously not the outcome I would have wanted as well, but what can you do? And the next one is titled, 2 children, 6 and 7, ran into the street and I hit both of them. I was going less than 50 miles per hour, but they are hurt and I am getting sued in California. Hello everyone, I was driving to go see a friend and I got out of my driveway and turned. I did not even pass 4 houses when a small boy and girl both ran into the street and hit my quarter panel. Luckily, I did not run them over and I don't see how I am at fault here. Their mother came out, started screeching at me and threw more insults than I can count. She called the police and paramedics and they arrived. All of that went well, but today, a week after this happened, I got someone knocking at my door and gave me an envelope saying I am being sued. I am only 18, so I don't know how any of this works. I'm waiting for my dad to get home because he works with stuff like this. I do not have a dash cam, unfortunately. I told the police I was going the speed limit and these 2 kids happened to run out into the street without looking both ways and the big SUV parked on the street was blocking my view. They dismissed me and I left, so I do not know what they said to the mother. But now I am getting sued and I don't know how to defend myself really. And we don't have the budget for a lawyer right now. We do, but it's not how we want to be spending money at the moment. I am thinking of taking a picture of my point of view with the SUV parked where it was, but that is all I really got. Any help is appreciated, thank you. Edit, thanks to everyone who commented. I cannot respond to each individually, but I've read all of them and I'm keeping everything in the back of my mind in case I need it. And yes, my diction was off. They ran into me, I technically did not hit them. I will refrain from saying that. And someone in the comments mentioned in regards to the line, "We don't have the budget for a lawyer right now," he said, "Your insurance provides the attorney." Another person said, "If you have insurance, they will do everything. The only thing you need to worry about is if for some reason you are found guilty for a higher amount than what the limit on your insurance is, and you will then be sued for the rest." Edit, liable would be a better term to use in this situation. And guys, I'm curious, have you ever hit someone with your car? I can definitely say that I never even came close to that because, as you might know, I drive really slow when I am in a car. I'm not really sure why, but I just feel more comfortable on motorcycles. And now onto the update to the children's story. I had the hearing a few weeks ago. The results are quite anticlimactic. I am off scotch-free as I should be. A shop repaired my car and I did not have to pay out of pocket. The mother was found guilty of negligence or something along that sort. I have to go towards the neighbor's house to check my mail, and I am looked at adversarially when I pass by. However, I have not seen them this past week. My car is as beautiful as ever, and I don't think the kids have anything against me, as they were no part of the idiocy their mom initiated. I don't know if I missed anything. I'm just writing an update because the original post got some traction and I think I recall a few people asking for an update. If you guys have any other questions, I will respond eventually. To be honest guys, where I am from, if you hit someone with your car, you are in deep trouble, even if the other person acted like an idiot. Obviously the same applies if you hit anyone that is basically more vulnerable than you, which means bicycle drivers, motorcycle drivers, etc. And the next one is titled, Help! Our cat sitter is refusing to give us our cats back and is making false neglect allegations. New York, USA. I will try to be brief and try not to ramble, but I am feeling really upset right now. My husband and I recently had to travel to Italy for a week at short notice due to a death in his family. We have 2 cats, a 2-year-old female British short hair and a 6-year-old male Moggy, and did not have time to organize a boarding stay, so a coworker referred me to her 22-year-old daughter who pet sits and house sits on occasion. She works with a rescue organization, so we felt comfortable with her pet sitting even though we had only met her a handful of times. She always seemed nice and had, in the past, expressed delight at seeing pictures of our cat, particularly our BSH, and the immediacy of our travel arrangements did not give us a lot of options. By the way, if someone knows what BSH means, I would be glad to hear it in the comments. While we were away, we heard from her every second day, and her updates seemed fine and happy. And she included pics here and there of the cats, and they seemed reasonably content. We left heaps of food and litter and a little instruction list as our BSH has daily eye drops. When we arrived home from the airport, our house was all locked up and she and the cats were nowhere to be found. I called her and she told me that when she arrived in the evening there was no food or water left for the cats and she had taken them because she felt we had clearly neglected them and that she would not be releasing them back into your care, which were her words. I told her that was not at all the case and asked why had she not mentioned any of this in our communication. She hung up on me and has not since answered any of my calls or returned any texts. This is completely insane. We fed our cats wet food in the morning and left them with 2 bowls of biscuits and 2 water bowls. And our cats are obviously not neglected. They are both happy and healthy and had an annual vet visit a month beforehand and both were given a clean bill of health and vaccination boosters. Anyone who knows me knows I love my cats and take the best care of them. My coworkers joke that I am a crazy cat lady because I am such an attentive owner. We found out that while we were away, she had been posting on her Facebook and Instagram accounts about saving 2 neglected cats from a bad home. The only evidence she posted of the neglect was a picture of an empty water bowl that was not even ours or taken in our home. There were all sorts of comments telling her what a hero she was, and when one person commented on a picture of our cats that they did not look neglected, she became really aggressive towards the person and said, "It looks worse in person," which it doesn't. I think she's crazy and she just wants our cats or wants to be seen as a hero or something. I called the police station and they did not want to know about it and told me it is a civil property dispute. It has been 6 days and I am absolutely heartbroken. Her mother, my coworker, is siding with her daughter and has been bad-mouthing me at work and is refusing to talk to me. I have no idea what to do. All of the cats' microchip details are in my name and I have called all the local vet clinics advising them that my cats have been stolen and that they will call me if they come in. I have amassed a collection of photographs and the vet's health assessment as evidence that the cats are not at all neglected, but I just don't know what to do. Please help me. Edit. Thank you so much everyone for your replies. My husband and I are going to go back to the station tonight after work and try again. If our concerns are dismissed again, we will take it higher. We are also going to look into lawyers tonight. We have printed off all of her Facebook and Instagram posts regarding our cats, and we also have all the communications from when we organized the cat sitting through to the happy, positive messages she sent us while we were away, as some of them were sent to us at the same time as she was posting her neglect stories on Facebook. I really hope to be able to provide you with a happy ending update soon. Edit number 2, I appreciate everyone's replies. I have to get off Reddit as I've got a lot of meeting lined up today at work, but I will update this evening once we have been to the police station. And a user in the comments said, as well as following the good advice that has been posted here, aka insisting on police filing a report of theft and contacting a lawyer, you should also contact the organization she volunteers for. Be exceedingly polite yet honest. It was partially due to the fact that she's a representative of their organization, which volunteers are, that you trusted her to sit for your cats. Give the volunteer coordinator a breakdown of the situation and ask them to help you find a solution. Tell them that you know organization name, would never advocate per theft, and any help they could give you would be great. If they are reputable, they will take this very seriously, because I volunteered for my local SPCA and they are serious about reputation. You know guys, I was about to make some jokes about a cat napping, but honestly this story is actually quite serious. And also I'm curious, has anyone ever tried to take one of your pets away? Let us know in the comments. And now the update to the cat's story. Thank you so much to everyone who commented and PM'd me on the last thread. You have no idea how much your support meant to me and how much it lifted my spirits. I'm so pleased to be able to update you that Petal and James are safely back home with us. We followed everyone's advice and called up the shelter she works at and advised them of the whole situation. We told them about how her credentials as a rescuer/foster carer were originally what made us feel comfortable about using her services. That she had taken the cats and was alleging abuse, that she had failed to take Petal's eye drops, our concerns are animal hoarding, etc. And we advised them that we would be pursuing her with the police and a private lawyer. I say we, but it was really my amazing husband who made the call while I was stuck at work. That same day, I had an awkward moment where both myself and her mother were alone together in our office kitchen, so I decided to just be really forthright with her and said, I think you should know that my husband and I have contacted the shelter your daughter works for, and we have also filed theft reports with the police and have taken on a lawyer. We are also notifying animal control about the number of pets she has. It's not too late for her to stop this. We actually had not gone to the station or called a lawyer yet, but I thought it might sound more serious. I don't know if it was her mom or the shelter that called her and told her to do the right thing, but my son called me at work just 2 hours later, telling me that the daughter's boyfriend had just dropped Petal and James back home. My son said the boyfriend did not say much and he did not seem to know much about the drama, he just left the cats in my son's care and left. I left work immediately and came home to my babies. Oh, and my son of course. Both were well and safe, and we saw the vet that evening and had some tests done that we are still awaiting the results for. But all in all, they seem fine. Petal's eyes were fine, and the vet said it is possible she had access to the drops through the shelter, so that is a small mercy. We still have not decided if we are going to take it further legally. We have reported her to animal control regarding her pet numbers, but her Instagram and Facebook have gone into privacy lockdown, so I don't know if she's still keeping the hero/victim narrative going or if there have been any consequences with the shelter. Again, thank you so much to everyone, and I hope you can all rest a little easily like I can, knowing that James and Petal are where they belong, back home with us. Treelaw and MS Paint for your Sunday. Help me convince my brother that this is worth pursuing. A contractor building a house across the street cut down 2 very large trees on my brother's property. The biggest one was a 250-year-old oak tree that was 75 inches in diameter. I don't know why my brother is reluctant to go after this contractor, but can anybody give me some links to success stories I can send him? Maybe something to show him how much this might be worth? I know from many happy hours on r/LegalAdvice that he's going to need a survey and an estimate of value from an arborist. One additional wrinkle which gives me an excuse to post a shitty MS Paint drawing. And now the update to the Treelaw story. Too long didn't read, the case is over. My brother accepted a settlement of $89,000. Full update. Yes friends, I'm back with an update after many long months. I did not forget about you. The wheels of justice turn slowly, but they do turn. As I said, my brother accepted a settlement. This was reached through an alternative dispute resolution (ADR) process called case evaluation that is apparently used here in Michigan. You can read more about this process here, PDF warning, but essentially both sides provide a max 20-page summary and a 15-minute oral presentation to a panel of 3 lawyers. No witnesses or evidence per se, although attachments documents are allowed. The panel then comes up with the dollar amount that they think the case is worth. Both sides then have the option to accept or reject the settlement and go to trial. I was hoping to be able to watch an actual Treelaw trial, but alas, it was not to be. There is a possibility of significant penalties if you reject the settlement and then don't beat it by at least 10% in court, so I understand my brother's reasoning in accepting the settlement. It turns out, not unexpectedly, that the settlement will be coming from the contractor's insurance company, so hopefully collection will not be an issue. Another outcome of this case is that my brother, who is not a Redditor, is now using the phrase "pound sand" in casual conversation. We did it, Reddit. By the way, rest in peace, this is a picture of the now established to be a historic Bab oak in excess of 200 years old, approximately 60 inches breast height diameter, BHD. There was also a second tree, not as large. And with that, we have reached the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed today's content, and if you did, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel to join our amazing community. Furthermore, don't forget to go to r/ripe stories on Reddit to post your own stories if you want me to read them out in a video. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I see you again tomorrow.